Explain how she was born white, raised white, and is still white. Her defenders have tried to argue otherwise.
She may not be African American, but she certainly could be black in a cultural sense. She's taken on the ideas, the identities, the struggles. She's identified with them.
Everybody. Kevin Jackson is the executive director of theblacksphere.net and author of the book Race Pimping. Kevin, good to see you. So he says she is black in the cultural sense, and she seemed to be suggesting that same thing.
That sounded like Michael Eric Dyson. I can't see any monitor. But, yeah, and he's a race pimp. Look, at the end of the day, if we found out that David Duke were really a black man, this would be a huge story to the left, and they want to play it off. These guys are reeling, Megan, because this so defeats the narrative of how oppressed it is to be black in America. And I saw a clip where Jon Stewart used some of the things that came on Fox, and he's ridiculing it. And instead of actually understanding that conservatives are going to have fun with this subject for quite some time, because we've been preaching that America is ready to go beyond race, and here's a girl faking it. And by the way, she's not the first one. Elizabeth Warren should be the one who we've really be talking about. The reason why she won't run for president is because of the Dolezal effect. She knows she's a liar. There are a couple things you can think about here, Megan. One, Barack Obama would not be president if he were Barry Obama, if he were to cater to his white side. This lady had more jobs than a Jamaican, and she wouldn't have any of them if she hadn't claimed to be black. And I'll tell you, and neither Elizabeth Warren wouldn't have a career if she hadn't faked being an Indian. This is the pathology of the left, and they're upset.
Kevin. I don't even know. I don't get the Jamaican thing. Do Jamaicans have a lot of jobs? I don't.
They do.
Do that another time. Okay, but here's the thing that's interesting to me. So, okay, I don't know why she's pretending to be black, but I do know, based on what the family is telling me, she has a history of going to strange places. She was born in a teepee. No, she wasn't, say the parents. She used to hunt for food with bow and arrow. No, she didn't. She was whipped with a baboon whip. No, she didn't. She never even lived in South Africa when the family lived there. She used to draw herself with a brown crayon. And this is now proof that she is somehow African American, that she is black, because she used to use the brown crayon, and then the teacher said, no, you need to use peach.
Well, let's just put it out there. She's a pathological liar, because what I've learned about liberalism is they don't want to live up to the truth of who they are. You know, Barack Obama's dad was a goat farmer and all these other things, because you know what? The real truth of who he is not going to get him elected. It's not going to promote a narrative that's a false narrative of this country. This is a lady who has lied about how she cared for her kids. And one of the things that she said was, in order to properly care for her brother that she supposedly took care of, she needed to be black. Well, what about her parents who were caring for these kids and they were white? What about the very many white families who adopt black kids?
Why do you think people care about this story so much? What is it about the story at its heart that is making this so big?
I think that the real issue here is that the left is so obsessed with race and making everybody appear to be on the right appear to be racist and all these other ists. And here we finally get a story where we show that this lady's lying. She lied about nooses, mail that she's gotten, hate mail, and everything that has come to her has been something that she created for herself. And so finally, the conservative movement is saying, look, this is the truth of these folks. They're liars.
Kevin, always interesting getting your perspective. Thank you so much. I learned a lot.
My pleasure.
Good to see you. Also tonight, a new demand.